دکتر به من گفتش که ایشون حالشون خوب نیست و بهتره که بگین بچه ها بیان. که بعد آمدن منو صدا کردن و دیگه علازت چشماشونو بسته بودن و 2 نفس کشیدن، بعد دیگه نفس سوم که کشیدن دیگه تموم شده بود. بعد اون موقع دکتری که اونجا بود حلقه که دستشون بود در آورد که به من داد که تا امروز به دستمه.
The deposed Shah of Iran is apparently suffering from cancer.
The Shah of Iran is in a New York City hospital tonight. An American government source in Washington.
The Shah, who was rushed to this country late last night in strict secrecy.
The Shah's stay here has created a ticklish diplomatic situation for the United States, which wanted to admit him to this country on humanitarian grounds, but at the same time did not want to enrage the Iranian government.
The Shah and members of his family are optimistic that the outstanding medical care available in the United States will diagnose his ailment and provide a cure. The Shah will not make any public statements, nor will he hold any news conferences.
In the best interests of his country, His Majesty the Shah did not wish this information to be disclosed. His Majesty is now in the recovery process. Recovery from this aspect is anticipated if no complications develop.
Okay, we know at least that it's in his lymph nodes and his neck and in his spleen. I think most chemotherapists and throughout the world would assume that this is considered relatively widespread lymphoma.
Doctor, are you saying at this point that it's no better than 50-50?
If you look at some statistics, I think it's perhaps in some ways better than 50-50. Perhaps make political decisions, but if I had to make a medical decision, I would insist on his being in the United States as if he's under my care for the next 6 months, at least. Or perhaps a year and a half, but at least for the next 6 months.
Good evening. The U.S. Embassy in Tehran has been invaded and occupied by Iranian students. According to a student spokesman, the Americans will be held as hostages until the deposed Shah is returned from the United States, where he's receiving medical treatment for cancer.
You chase an old lady!
The enemies of the American people, go home!
We do not regard him as having any political claim upon leadership in Iran. We have repeatedly made it clear to them that we are not engaged in or interested in, or in fact would be involved in or support any effort to overturn the authority now in place in Iran and replace it with that of the Shah or any other outside force.
I don't think any journalist has talked to him directly since really the last time we talked to him in Morocco, and that was 8 months ago. I should explain to you that we have no tape or film of this because the Shah felt that if we did, it would be shown in Iran and it could be misinterpreted, and so he just wanted to talk directly to me.
In spite of all this medical publicity, there are a lot of people wondering, is he really sick? Do you think he's really sick?
Look, I'm not a doctor. Obviously. Since I saw him in Morocco, he seems to have lost about 15 pounds. He is very alert mentally. He was standing when I came in, dressed in a paisley robe and pajamas. He still has a tube in him. He says he has some pain, and he must have the surgery, and says if he did not come, he would have died.
With so much agony for the hostages and for the nation, is he going to leave, and when?
Okay, he says yes, he's going to leave. He wants very much to leave. He's going to return to Mexico. He hopes to leave within 2 weeks. His radiation...
Is the Shah here?
I'm not going to comment on that.
I cannot comment on
True,
that.
he's in the psychiatric section.
I cannot comment on that.
Is he on the 4th floor?
I cannot comment on that.
Having a press conference, he has decided that he doesn't want to.
The Shah decided.
No, the spokesman.
When did Mr. Armando make that? No, I think Shah did that already.
How do you feel about the Carter administration in recent days? Are you disappointed?
This is a political question that I'm not ready to answer at all.
We'll have ample time after the operation to speak with you, gentlemen and ladies.
You will stay here permanently, sir?
Yes.
It was obvious that he would lead a pretty normal life, physically and in every way. He should go back to being physically active like he was.
As I have stated yesterday, I had great concern. Today, thank God, there is great improvement, really. And the team of the French and Egyptian doctors are seeing to it that everything is under control, and there may be no need to a new operation. For me, the Shah was a friend, a Muslim brother, and a man who stood with Egypt and with me in our difficult moments. You can't imagine. I should have liked that he would have lived 6 months like any human being. Since the day he arrived here, no one knows that he was suffering. I can't imagine to what extent this suffering has been. And very, very fatal diseases also. But it is the will of God at last. All of us one day will meet the same fate. We are human beings also.
Did the Shah have any last words, or was he alert when he passed away? Did he have any messages, or?
Well, he has left me a message. He wants a very simple funeral. He has asked to be buried here in Egypt. Even this, he has sent to me when he was abroad before he arrived. And he said, if anything happens to me, I want to be buried in Egypt. Well, we are fulfilling his wish, his will. He asked for a very simple funeral, but we are going to give all due respect to this man who has stood with Egypt in its difficult moments.
I am dedicated to my country because this is the most beautiful thing that could happen. What could I take away with me when I go in the grave? Not even a dress, maybe just a piece of white cloth, that's all. So I'm philosophical enough to know these things. And I have enough for the earthly needs. So what I've got to take with me in the grave is history.